guys. Today I was so excited to start painting that I didn't even think to film until after I got it all done. Painting is something that I really, really enjoy doing, especially like putting colors on walls and things of that nature. Because it just like, it feels like that's when it's finally like everything's just like swept clean and just whoosh, washed over. So this is the color that we chose for the main part of the house. It is a blue-gray sort of a tone. It's very similar to the color that we put in the main part of the other house that we have, but it's significantly lighter. It's a few shades lighter. It did not look like this color on the paint swatch whenever I got it at Lowe's, but I kind of like it. At first, when I first put it on the walls while it was still wet, it honestly looked like periwinkle sort of, and I was like, oh my god, what did we do? Like, this is really bad. It does not go well with the color of the floor paint here. So this paint on the floor is definitely a temporary sort of a thing. It was supposed to be more brown than it was, but it ended up after it dried, it looked kind of pink. So I keep, every time that I look, like with seeing the baseboard, like the white of the baseboard, the pinkish of the floor, and then the bluish color of the walls, I can't stop seeing baby nursery. So it's kind of weird. Hopefully in the next couple of months we'll be able to get different flooring put in here so that way it won't look kind of like a nursery. It is kind of funny though that all of the colors that are in the house so far are very soft, almost like pastel sort of colors and stuff, when it's been one of those things. This has been a very hard journey to do the renovations, to do this process, to do all of these things because of the winter time, and just there's been a lot of things going on in my personal life that has made this extremely difficult. A lot of healing has taken place in the last like couple months for me, which has been very profound and very much needed. But it's been lovely to be able to throw myself into this process and into all of these projects, and I can have so much time to myself with just my thoughts and be able to just let my emotions flow. So it's very funny to me that it's all these like soft, loving colors that are coming through and stuff that like we weren't anticipating this color to look this way. I just picked a light gray at the paint store and then put it on the walls, and I was like, oh, this feels so soft. It feels like a warm embrace sort of. And then whenever I finished painting hold on, I gotta shut the heater off. Whenever I finished painting the room in here, this is the bamboo color paint that came from my grandpa's house. It ended up drying, like when I first painted it, I was really like, it was, I think because of all the emotion, all of the energy and stuff from when I painted his house, it was almost repulsive to me when I first like got it on the walls, and I was like, oh man, this is making me feel all sorts of different feels that I don't want to feel and stuff. But then after a few days of coming back in here and having to force myself to be around it and force myself through it, which is very much like the healing process. You know, at first when things come up, you get triggered, you have a visceral reaction to it. And then if you allow yourself to just sit with that and just sit with that emotion, sit with the energy, and just sort of like microdosing and stuff of just like how this room, I wanted to just run away from it and stuff at first, but this is where the bucket is for us to use the toilet. Like, there's no running away from this color. So you literally are forced to sit with it for a few moments at a time. And that's a lot of like how healing work is, at least for me, is just to get through the really heavy stuff, the really hard stuff, the really difficult stuff, is just forcing yourself for just moments, just a few moments here and there, to just sit in that memory, that energy, that emotion, allow yourself to feel it, allow the tears to come, allow the rage, allow the everything to just bubble up from the surface, and then allow yourself to talk yourself through it. Like for me, a lot of really hard things happened when I was little. So because I have been a mother and stuff, you know, granted they were stepkids, but they were still, you know, my kids. Because of being in that position, I can kind of talk myself through the memories almost as if it was my child going through the different things, as my child like experiencing things. Like I hope that makes sense. Sort of just walk yourself through it. Take your hand and stuff when you're revisiting the memories, and just sort of coax yourself through. That's what I've been doing a lot of, and it's been very impactful. If you guys have been watching for any length of time, you guys have seen my energy level just go up and down and all over the place, and just through so much hardship at the last house, and then to be able to come here and just from the moment that we walked on this property, from the moment that we drove through here or drove to here and stuff, I told Tracy that I didn't know if we were going to buy this house or not, but that the journey to get here was going to be so healing for me that it didn't matter. And boy, was it impactful and stuff just to be here. And it just, every time that I come back, it's just this another gentle nudge, another gentle of letting all of this toxicity go, of letting all the hardships go, the heartache, the pain, the everything, just letting it go and letting myself soften and stuff, instead of feeling like the only way to be safe is to be the strongest one in the room and stuff, allowing myself to understand that I can just trust that I am safe, that everything is okay, that I don't know how to explain it besides that. I'm just leaning into that trusting of knowing that just because things have happened in the past doesn't mean they're going to happen again. That if you've healed from it, you've learned from it, there's no reason for those cycles to have to repeat again and again and again and stuff. It just, one of those things that I keep reminding myself of, that no one will ever do things to me again. No one will ever harm me again. No one will be allowed, that I will not permit it. That if I feel any sort of threateningness, any sort of anything, I don't have to give an explanation. I can just say, no, I'm sorry. Not even an apology. I just, no, that's not how it's going to go down anymore. I think that there's so many unwritten rules in society and stuff, like unspoken rules that, go over my head because of being on the autism spectrum, that I'm like, that's stupid. Like those rules of that women are supposed to put up with stuff, that if you stand up for yourself, if you stand your ground, then you're a bitch, or you're labeled as crazy, or you're this, that, or the other and stuff. And it's like, no, I'm just tired of taking it. I'm just tired of, a lot of stuff. This went in a totally different direction than I had thought it would go. I thought I was just going to be showing you guys the paint, but this is what keeps happening. As I keep diving further into the healing process and healing journey and stuff, it's just like, as I start speaking, things just start flowing through me. And it's like my own words, as I watch back my videos, are causing healing to happen within me. So it's just one of those things of just like, allowing myself to marinate in the emotions, allowing myself to process it all, and just keep loving myself through this process, and allowing myself to open up and allowing myself to soften, because it just feels, I don't know, it just feels different. Everything feels different. It feels like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just, you can't really describe a feeling. It's like if somebody asks you what it means to love, and you're just like, well, you love something. You just, it's a feeling. So I don't know. It is what it is. So anyways, that's it for today. I'm going to pack up, get ready to go home. If you guys were wondering, those baseboard heaters have worked amazingly well. The kitchen was way nicer to paint in. It was way nicer to work in today. I actually had on a tank top and stuff while I was painting. So I was like, this is so nice. I could be comfortable. I can just allow myself to feel the warmth and feel the energy of what I was doing, and just feel the joy and stuff. I think right now, well, I'll save the rest of this for another video for another day. So anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.